Listen, Planet Earth.
Yeah.
What are we saying?
We good,
What's
man.
good, man?
We
Are we
good.
back?
We've been back, man.
Are we back? Are you back?
I think we're back, fam. I think we're back.
All right, 2020. What,
We're
new year,
back.
new us?
That's what I'm saying, fam. Welcome. Say welcome to the people. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, children. I hope not. If children are listening, you're a bad parent. Yeah, welcome. You're back with OTF, fam. It's off the fence. It's been a minute. It's been an absolute minute.
Yeah, listen. There might be some ring rust, but you just got to get with it. You know what I'm saying? There might be a little ring rust.
We're here.
But we're here, man. We came back for you by popular demand, innit? We're back.
That's what I'm saying. Myself, Sister J, who also got in the building?
You say we got the faded one trying to hide his face.
Man's hiding.
Mike Bain.
Pulled up, yeah? Pulled up, shout out Potion Universe.
That's what I'm saying. The Poe ain't even here for me. We on that quarantine.
That's
the guy with the shade.
Got to use that alternative, Telescope Teddy, you know what I'm saying? But the name might change. You already know.
But we here. Quick disclaimer. If you're listening to this and you are easily offended, it's probably not for you. We're gonna cover some
Jay,
themes.
sorry, let me just cut you a second.
Go through.
Guys, I meant to say this to you earlier. I want to issue an apology. Sorry, I meant to say this earlier. Just to start off, yeah, I want to issue an apology to absolutely nobody, yeah? Deal with it. You hear me? Yeah? You see what we're saying? Deal with it. You understand? Telescope. Telling you them ones, yeah?
Them ones. All right. Say no more. So yeah, as my learned brother just mentioned, yeah, if you're easily offended, this ain't for you. We're gonna cover some themes that may be close to the mark. We try not to swear, but the odd one might slip through. But yeah, if you've got any complaints, just DM us at us, and so we love having things to ignore. So yeah, just
Amen. So, Facts, Kellerman.
That's it. But yes, OTF Off the Fence podcast. We're back. Quarantine setting, so we're doing a little Zoom thing. This is new for us. There's going to be a couple tweaks we've got to run through. Bear with us. Any feedback is more than welcome. My face looks like this because my background is messy, but the computer is messy. Don't worry about it. We're here. You see?
I'm out in the Northern Lights. You know what I'm saying?
I see you. We've got Bane in the cup. In the shadow.
Waved up or something, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But listen,
So
I
what
just
are
wanted
you
to
saying today, fellas?
Yeah, I want to speak to you lot about what are you saying about quarantine, man? How you been living, man? Since we're here now, since the coronavirus has got us. How we living, man?
I'm good. I'm surviving, trying to be productive, cracking over things. Max, what are you saying, bro?
Man, it's testing times right now, man.
Yeah.
testing. Hey, times are testing, bro.
That's a testing times right now, Timothy.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a time where you had the time to just spend time on yourself and better yourself, but I don't think I've done that at all, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, we feel out of shape. We've worsened ourselves.
Bro, I don't know. I fell into a slump for a while, and yeah, I think where the levels at work increased instead of decreasing, it just kind of, I didn't really get out of that routine and start a new one and try to get myself in shape and prepared for life after quarantine. But it's gotten better.
When do you not think it's going to end?
What, as in the actual lockdown or social distancing?
Actual lockdown.
I think that might finish by the end of this month.
Ooh, Jay, what are you saying?
I think the actual lockdown itself will potentially start getting phased out by June. But I don't think we're going to reach a level of normality that we're used to till probably the end of the year.
Because they're saying, by the way, listeners, this ain't going to be an all serious podcast, trust me. I'm just thought I'd get this out of the way first, you know what I'm saying? But, I hear what you're saying. I said September. I think everything is going to go back to normal in September. I think they're going to keep on trying to push it back. they're now trying to say the end of this month, but they're gonna end up pushing it back. If the death toll doesn't completely go down, then you're not gonna allow
The
people.
problem is, as soon as they open the doors proverbially, and people go back outside, it's just gonna shoot back up again. Like I think it was Denmark or one of them places. They opened back their schools and they've seen infections rise in comparison with that. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I'm saying. But like, I think the worst thing that's gonna happen is the floodgates gonna open, and then people are gonna go carnival, and you know what's gonna happen.
I don't think carnival's happening.
But the thing is, you'll be there winding your waist. So I'm not even trying to hear that. Jay.
Whoa.
Nah, Jay will be there. Jay will be there
Oh,
winding.
Jay. Oh, I was about to say.
Fam, Jay, you're the original carnival daddy, you know.
But
Don't try it.
No. This
Wait,
is
so
defamation of character.
when did you last go carnival?
I haven't been carnival in a long time.
I saw you in the bucket hat. What are you talking about? You were in that bucket hat in
You
carnival.
know the joke is, he's saying this, but I have footage of him in carnival more recent than I've been carnival.
When?
What? Because we can't. You know, he's got different circles of friends that can go carnival in Europe, and we can't come. You know that, innit, Mike?
Oh, them ones.
We're not in the same. Exactly. Now you're laughing. After this you.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Exactly.
No, but
it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad because there's people out there. I'm not gonna. Well, it's still early, so I'm warming back up into things. There's people that are of a certain disposition that don't like to wash their hands. They like to kiss their dogs.
When you say certain disposition, could you clarify? You see, the same way Donald Trump said the virus came from China, and he was very clear on that.
Beradem's name is Karen, so like it's whatever they. Yeah.
How many minutes in are we gonna get cancelled? This many minutes in?
No one's getting cancelled, bro. This is my opinion. I've got a friend called Karen who's very unhygienic.
I've got love for everybody, man.
So do I. 100%.
When did this happen?
Listen, quarantine, bro. Open my eyes.
Open your eyes and your heart, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I hear that, but stop lying. So anyway, let's talk about quarantine life. Is there anything that you've hoped that you would have liked to have got up to, but you haven't got around to it yet?
I'll be honest, my quarantine has been pretty alright. Like in terms of the balance between, obviously, that's something I actually want to say, yeah? Like, there's best stuff going around where people are like, oh yeah, quarantine, you've got to like just put in work and sort out this and sort out that and stuff. Everybody's life is different, fam. Everybody's life is different. If your home situation isn't a situation where you can put in 10 hours a day of just work because you've got other commitments and other things around you, don't feel away because of that. Do you know what I'm saying? And just because everybody's going to come out of this and it's going to be a new level of showboating. Oh, look what I did during quarantine. Look what I did during quarantine. Some people, I just want to know that people have survived it and come out at the other end and you look all right.
Are you going to get one of those T-shirts? I survived quarantine 2020.
No, I'm not. I'm not buying a T-shirt. So, I work in the events industry. But T-shirt buying on top of my list right now. Nothing buying.
Hey, just on that note, I don't know if you lot have heard. You lot have heard of Afro Nation, innit?
Yeah.
Did you hear the brother what he said to the organizer?
Yeah, Smade, yeah.
So obviously it's not going ahead, yeah? Or it's obvious that it shouldn't go ahead. People been asking my man for the money back, innit? How can he say I've been blocking negativity out of my life and he's refusing to contact people?
Smade is I'm not even commenting. I know Smade. I'm not commenting.
So basically, your non-comment is non-admission. It's an admission of guilt. It's an admission.
I'm not commenting. I can't.
Right, but you see, when we're in court and you say no comment, you know what that means.
If you know what that means, then you know what that means. But I can't comment. I'm not commenting on.
How could you say I'm blocking negativity out of my life when you owe people money, bro?
We say not at me, fam. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
No, do you know how funny that is?
Bad energy stay far away. Listen. Yeah. Yeah, no, Smade's an interesting character still.
I said, I'm blocking negativity when you owe people money. Nah, that is.
But what does that look like though? In quarantine, what does that look like if someone owes you money? How do you do with that?
Oh,
Yeah, they should be at home, so I'll find their address, innit?
yeah. That will be one essential trip that I'm making for real. That's that one essential trip that I'm making. No, that is funny.
Especially times like this where you've got people that are out of work and
Yeah,
stuff.
you can't be
For
holding
some
my money,
people,
man.
you know what I mean? For some people, that might be everything. That might get them through lockdown or get them through at least a couple of weeks until, you know, they figure something out. So if you're already out here holding people's money back, yeah, that's long.
Do you know what? Which brings me to my next point. I don't know if you lot have seen it recently. It's been a trend on celebrities or people of the sort of higher echelon in society. They've been bare old tweets have been dragged up, and like they're 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old tweets, innit? And they're being made to apologize and stuff like that. What do you lot think about that?
I don't think
Everybody was a pagan 10 years ago. Get over it.
All right, Mike. So let me hear before I chime in. What you say, Mike?
I don't think they should apologize.
Right. I said what I said, innit?
Why are you apologizing?
Because some people might feel like, obviously, with the
I
change
don't
in
care.
time. No, with the change in time, people obviously perceptions of certain things change. You see how in the 80s it was probably okay to touch little boys for like TV presenters, but that ain't okay now. No, but that ain't okay now. It ain't okay now.
Places to go, like.
No, but
You know what I mean? Hold on.
no, but you. Alright, but you see, like Rolf Harris, yeah, it was probably okay for him to get away with that in the 80s or whenever he did that madness, yeah.
When has molestation been okay?
Ask Rolf Harris. Ask Gary Glitter.
I don't know where you're trying to go with this one, bro.
No,
he's lost me.
No, what I'm saying. Hey, we're back, people. We're back. What I'm saying is,
I don't know where you're back from, bro.
no, what I'm saying is, if like people, times change, innit? So people change with the time. So Jay, for instance, you've seen that thing with Kevin Hart, innit? Where Kevin Hart didn't get to host the Oscars.
Yes.
Because the homophobic stuff.
Yeah, because of that. Like he obviously wanted to host the Oscars, but that's my stance. But obviously, you can't win with that stance against the majority. We haven't built enough. No, we haven't built enough to win against that stance with the majority.
Kevin Hart is still winning today.
Because he apologized.
When did he apologize?
He apologized again. He said he wasn't gonna. He said he wasn't gonna apologize. He ended up doing it.
The Kevin Hart thing was a bit more particular because they were knocking on a certain door that he didn't realize till late, if that makes sense.
So like, say for instance, we get to a level, yeah, which we will. We get to a level of height, and then they put up your old tweets, Mike's about Maddie McCann or something like that. Like, what are you saying,
bro? I don't have no tweets. Are you gonna fuck me under the bus?
You said that Maddie McCann was the left back in Europe. I don't know why you're trying it. You said she was the best left back in Europe. I saw the tweet, bro.
That she got left back in Europe?
No, that she is the best left back, like football player in Europe.
Oh, Jesus. Well, yeah. I can't comment on that. I can't. I just speak facts, fam.
No, because it's Andy Robertson right now. Andy Robertson. That's fair enough. You know what? At the end of the day, my argument, because I had a discussion with someone, my argument is you don't think I've changed in 10 years. Like, if my behavior doesn't show you that I've changed, then I don't know why you want an apology from me, to be honest with you. Like, why do I need to vocalize that I'm sorry for something that I tweeted when I was potentially a teenager and ignorant on a platform that loved that ignorance? Like, it wasn't like I was going into church and spewing that nonsense. Twitter was nonsensical back then. But I think the problem is that a lot of it was against black people, innit? So you had these now proud black people that were saying, black girls were blick and all of this stuff, and stayed too close to the sun and all of this nonsense, innit?
I blame. See, I didn't even want to get into this bag, but the way that society is moving, in a general sense, in terms of the biggest figureheads of each industry, they're moving on this notion of they're scared to upset people because they've seen the LGBT.
The alphabet people.
Wow, I didn't say that. The LG.
That's what Dave Chappelle said. I'm quoting Dave Chappelle.
I ain't quoting nobody. I'm saying the LGBTQ.
See, why are you tap dancing? Why are you tap dancing, bro?
Who?
You tap dancing.
I'm keeping rhythm.
All right, so what?
But it's a lot of letters. But what I'm saying is there's this whole notion.
I'm gonna call you Postman Pat with all them letters, but go on.
Bro, there's a notion that everything is whatever you feel and whatever your situation, it's okay because it's almost like we don't want the noise. We don't want to hear the headache, so we'll just allow it. And
yeah, of course. The key's open, isn't it?
It's gone too far. So now people find a hobby in trying to tear down people based on stuff because of this president that's already been set. Do you understand? Like, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
Like that's what I mean. Like I feel like you have to tread so carefully these days. You can't just say
tread carefully.
No, I know you're not, but that's what I'm saying. That's what's going to happen is because they want people to tread so carefully. The nature of humans is that we're rebellious. So we're going to all get to a point where we're like you and we just say, "Nah, bun it, man. If you're offended, take it as it is, innit?" And then they're not going to be able to control that. They're not going to be able to control that. So,
but the thing is, we are creating by accepting all these things. We're creating the instances that we're having to accept. It's like a self-perpetuating thing. The same way if a woman lets her man cheat, lets him get away with it, he cheats more. It's the same thing that we're doing. Like we're okay, yeah, cool. You want to identify as a spoon? We'll put spoons on all the forms and applications. Oh, right, you want to identify as I don't know, handball. Right, okay, we didn't expect that one, but we'll do that. You can be handball. Like it just gets more and more and more and more out of hand. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
And we're creating it. We're allowing it. I think it's ridiculous.
Do you think we should all be like Smaid and say we're blocking negativity out of our lives?
If everybody was like Smaid, you'd have lots of money.
Why are you ending it there? I feel like there's more to the sentence.
I'm not. We can talk privately. We can talk privately all day long. Shout out Smaid, man. The thing is, I'm happy.
Do you know what? I don't know him, but shout him out. For anyone to have that energy in 2020, you have to shout them out. I don't care. You have to.
The thing is, even like, yeah, there's ways you can go about it that's a bit more professional, 100%. But in the same sense, man created this thing that all you lot are feeling for. But good on him. That's success, bro. That's it.
Yeah. Nah, for real. That's what I mean. I just like the energy. I just think that energy is a breath of fresh air. That's why I find it so funny because it's almost like everyone's like, they're expecting it, and then all of a sudden it's not coming in it, and it's like, rah, like, what's going on?
The thing that's negative, in that sense, not even just for the people, but there's people that would have put their neck on the line for him.
Yeah.
There's people that would have put their...
Look, I ain't trying to throw him under the bus. There's plenty of episodes where buses can be thrown over people. As you said, he started something, and that is revered now, bare countries. He could have gone about it in a better way, in my opinion. I was just laughing at the energy. I just think that for you to put out, I'm blocking that negativity when you owe people money is the funniest thing ever. I'm sorry. That is hilarious.
You could have handled that a lot better still, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You could have handled that a lot better.
So what are you lot looking forward to once quarantine's over, man? What are you lot looking forward to doing?
Catching
up with family and friends, man.
That's it. That's probably the biggest thing. I slightly
The maddest thing is that the streets will be rammed for the first 2 weeks. Rammed.
The first 2 weeks.
Yeah, you say that, but then you realise that when you've got fresh air, you'll want to go to the shop, bro. You'll want to go.
I still go to the shop now, though.
That's what I'm saying. You still.
Nah, bro.
What are you saying, Jay?
When they first lift the quarantine, and Karen comes out with her dog that she's been kissing, I don't want to be there. I'll come after she's gone out.
Good night, guys. Good night.
So I'm chatting now. I don't want that first. Make sure it's safe, innit? Let me watch the.
What is it with you trying to get us cancelled, bro?
Cancel who?
Fam,
Jay, what did they do to you? What happened?
yeah,
Fam,
for
I have
real.
a friend called Karen that kisses her dog. I don't understand what the problem is.
You're Karening now. Stop. You're Karening.
Fam, I saw one thing on Insta, and one woman said that, oh yeah, calling people Karen is worse than
Yes.
calling
The N
people.
word. Yeah.
Fam, when I saw that, I vowed that I was going to use the word Karen as often as I can. That's it.
But you know what? Amanda Seales, I don't know if you know who she is. She was like, what's it? It's like the oppression Olympics, isn't it? Everyone's saying, I'm oppressed more. Oh, I'm oppressed more. Oh,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
true.
it. That's
It is. It literally is true. Like, how could you complain about being called Karen when you're behaving in such a manner, which is derivative of why the Karen came about in the first place? That's what it is. Karen is basically a person who is overprivileged, exercising their privilege in a way to harm the people who do not have the privilege.
That's right.
That is essentially it. So if we call you a Karen, not that I would do it because I'm politically correct like Mike's these days. I'm trying to live right, and I'm trying to live righteous. Good food in the belly, you know what I'm saying? Vegan life. Ow.
Salute.
What? Fam,
No, all I eat is
if you
fruits and
ever see
veg.
the way this man
Fruits and
puts
veg.
away wings, yeah? Wow. That vegan life. Yeah.
No, it's fruits and veg these days, you know.
Get out
Fruits,
of here.
fruits, veg, and Bible studies.
Get
That's
out
it.
of here, man. Get
Bible
out of
study.
here, man.
How dare you bring the Lord into this?
Bro,
Oh man.
all this madness over foolishness, but yeah. It is what it is. If your name is Karen, shout out you. If you
I want to
feel
ask you
like
lot something.
if you feel like you should be named Karen, then shout out you.
I want to ask you lot something. Do you think black people are the biggest sellers of misinformation?
I
know
think
what?
we're so used to being misinformed, we just spread it without checking.
Max, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, you know what? Funny enough, I've come across a lot of pages recently run by black men, black women that are actually out here selling the most BS ever. The most BS ever. And there's so many of our people that are buying into it. And like these people just making thousands and thousands. And I'm just like, man, it really be your own people.
But that's the thing. A lot of it is that crab in the barrel mentality, innit? Where, you know what, if fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. And a lot of people, they're just dressing up the same person in different clothes, innit? And instead of watching the trick the first time to see how the magician does it, they're blindfolded and they keep on being blindfolded by the same thing. Like, how many of you believed or got that stupid voice note about, oh, my cousins, brothers, uncles, dads, dogs, nieces, nephew works for the police or works for the government, and they said that the lockdown is going to happen and the army trucks are on the road and blah blah blah, and the way people were speaking about it like it was gospel, it's just like, this only ever comes from black people, for me personally. And you know I love black people, but sometimes I'm just like, do you lot not read stuff? Why are you so reluctant to read? Why? Jay is just smiling. Jay, what's going on?
I can't say anything. I can't.
Nah, but you know what though? The thing is, they do read. They read. They just don't do the research. That's the problem. So they will read the message and just take it in and believe it. Oh, swear down, cool. Send it on to the next 10 people, but nobody's actually looking into what was sent to them, and that's where we go wrong.
Yeah, because it's just like a passing on stuff, isn't it? It's like pass the parcel, and then no one's stopping to check that the parcel isn't poisonous. It's just like, oh no, you take it, you take it, you take it, you take it. And then before you know it, the poison's been spread to everyone, and then we look like fools. Because when it actually comes out that what's been a bag of BS, everyone's like, wow, and you believe that. Then we look mad dumb. So it's one of them ones, man. I don't know. Jay, why were you smiling like that, bro?
I'm just listening.
Nah, talk to me, man.
I can't say what I want to say because it will get mad, but yeah.
No, you can. What do you mean?
I can't.
I thought you had no fear.
I'm not scared.
Oh, you are scared?
So what happened? I had to take a little exit. What happened?
No, Jay got scared, so he's just being scared
He's like,
now.
I'm scared. Bro,
Yeah.
don't do this. Cause you know,
I
you know,
never scared.
Scared of what?
Never scared. I don't know. He's scared, Max.
just
He's
everything that you
frightened.
lot said, everything that you
I
lot
think-
just said just sounds like Christianity, bro.
I think he said Cameron too many times.
Whee!
Like,
Wow.
like you go somewhere on a Sunday and hear a man spitting bars that someone told him, and then you go and tell your brethren, and then when you realize it's chatting nonsense because nothing don't really change.
Oh, it's a
The
bit
following-
chilly out here, mate.
The following vocal recording is solely by Jay and only by Super J.
But it's me saying it. No, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Telescope Teddy and Max are not responsible for the following words.
If, well,
Man,
the
bro,
religion. We'll do the religion episode another day.
Yeah,
that's
we
a
need
long,
to
that's a
guess
long
for that
episode.
one, and I can think of the best guest.
Yeah, so
Think of the best guest for that.
we can do that. I'm more than happy to do a separate one, but it was just the similarities between what you were
I hear
saying
you, though.
could be applied so easily. Like if you just said that you're talking about something else, it could be applied and still make the most sense. But yeah, that's that.
These times, I'm gonna just mind my business.
I hear you, and I do agree to a certain extent as well.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Because like where the knowledge is,
This
nobody
is
really wants
tasty.
to go. So yeah.
We love buying false hope.
Say that again.
I said we love buying false hope.
That's it, man. We like to absolve our responsibility for our own lives at every opportunity. Every opportunity.
I feel
If
like
we
you should
can
have a
blame
TED
it-
talk.
If we can blame it on the government and be like, oh yeah, because they were supposed to pay this bill on this day because I claimed this and they never done it, so that's why my life's in arrears. No, darling, you're an idiot. That's why your life's in arrears. That's why you messed up. Like, and I went and I prayed on it. Like, no, no. I'm sorry, no.
I'm just trying to tally up how many people we've offended so far.
We haven't offended nobody.
I'm not hiding. _ I am Super J, innit? Come at me and Woodcraft. It's not a problem.
Boy, so I think Jay's trying to kill us here. First episode back.
This is why I was trying to keep it quiet, and you're coming with, oh, you're scared. Oh,
No, but the thing is, I hear you. I'm not ready to comment in it. I think my comment's still in the microwave. It's still in the oven, so it's cooking up. So before I'm ready to dish out the food, I want to make sure that I'm informed in it. I don't want to be misinformed and selling misinformation. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be guilty of that.
let's do that one next week. Let's do religion next week properly.
All right, we know we might need a guest. You know we might need a guest.
Cool. I'll leave that to you. You sound like you got someone lined up for that.
Oh, I know somebody quite good for that. I think you know them pretty well too.
Where? This guy. Where? You can see one, man. You can see one.
Have you not been exercising in your time? You not been exercising?
Yeah.
Exercise my rights, bro, mate.
Yes, right. You have the right to stay at home. Yes, my bro. That's it.
Do you not feel like you save money?
Yes, massively.
No.
Massively.
Why do you think you saved money?
So I'm getting like 6 weeks to the gallon in petrol.
Right.
Yeah. And I haven't had to pay for travel to go work, so
Like,
I haven't £200 a month.
I haven't put petrol in the car since before the lockdown.
Mad.
Like,
Mad.
yeah.
That's crazy.
And I've been actually smashing the whole takeaway. I haven't had one takeaway since lockdown started.
Oh, salute you. You're better than me.
Literally.
Yeah, I've done a few too, but I've got excuses.
Yeah,
though, so.
your situation is different though. That's
What do you lot think about this NHS clapping business?
I'm
gonna hold my views to the end.
I like the idea, but if I was
Mhm.
in the NHS, I feel like it's a slap in the face.
Ironic that you're both using your hands to slap someone and clap, but go on. Max, what else?
I you know what? At the end of the day, the NHS workers, they deserve, you know,
A clap.
everything. They deserve more than a clap. But
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know, if that's all they can do for now,
No, it's not. But it's not. It's not.
I don't see it. I don't see it as a bad thing. I don't see it as a bad thing.
Do you know what I
Like,
see it as?
the recognition they deserve. Of course, you know, there's
Do you know what I see it as? I see it as a prelude to a slap in the face coming. I think it's a prelude to a slap in the face. I think what's happening is they're just warming up their hands now. That's the government warming up their hands, and they're about to administer the slap. Because
who started the clap though? Was it the government that started the clap?
yeah, the government. So what's going to happen? That was Boris or one of his cronies that said, yo, man, I think we should clap for the NHS as a sign of support. My thing is this year, just pay the people more money. It's as simple as that. Like, they are a pillar of the community, whether you like it or not. If the bosses of the NHS were to turn around and be like, nah, pay us more, we're not helping no one. I know that's not why they don't get into the job or why they get into the job. But if they were to be stiff and be like, nah, pay us more money, what's happening? There's pure more deaths. We're already on 30-something thousand. There would have been way more if it not for them. I don't want to hear about a clapping for them. After this is done, if there's any talks about, yeah, we're going to look at renegotiating and not renegotiating, fam, wild. Absolutely.
But you know it's not going to happen because they're going to be, the national debt deficit has increased
Nah,
so
fam,
much.
you better find some money. Find some money.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll just increase our taxes. So like,
but the thing is, like, what do you lot feel about? Because obviously the Premier League players and high earning players, they were saying that they should take a cut to pay some money towards businesses and stuff.
The problem I have with it,
I don't think they should be told to do that.
no.
I think if they decide amongst themselves that, hey guys, come, let's help out the area that we play for, then fair enough. But the government shouldn't be going to them and be like, well, because you earn so much money, you should be hoping that, you know, I don't think that's right, man.
Do you think that
you see these chancellors and politicians are like, it's not like they're out here earning 21 grand a year. Like they're making P fam. So from the same system that they're complaining about in terms of, okay, the money isn't there and all that kind of stuff, but you're already paying your people way too much for foolishness and all the benefits that they claim, etc., etc., etc. Like, I've seen the excess in them kind of scenarios, in them kind of environments. So from when you're living that lifestyle, like, you can't then look to a totally unrelated industry just because these people have got to the top of their field and they're getting paid their money and they're in the spotlight, and look for them to kind of take the flak from the government. I would say what would be a better situation is there needs to be a level of risk and reward. If you decide you want to be a politician and you want to work better in the government and our society and all that kind of stuff, there should be a risk and reward in terms of what you earn. So yes, you may earn an outrageous amount, so the pay is banging, it's on point. But in the times of crisis, your pay is the first to stop because your job is to make sure everything that is fine. Like in the time, I don't see the problem with that. It's almost like an insurance policy. Like, we're gonna pay you bare money to keep things running while things is nice, because right now it's nice. But as soon as we get into one of these situations, your pay cuts immediately, or you need to give us some of it back. There's other industries that work like that. If you work in finance, when you sell products and you get paid, they have to be tied to that product for a certain period of time for you to keep your money. If they sign up and then quit tomorrow, you have to give that back. So you were paid to prop up the government. You did not prop it up. Give the money back. Like, it's not hard.
No, I hear you. I
thought that would make more sense. But obviously,
although he's my guy, did you hear what Richard Branson, he filed for government help?
Is it?
Yeah, so
did he sell his island?
He put it up. He actually put it up for residual.
Okay, then I read it. No, then come on. You know, I can't even knock that. I can't even.
Fam, do you know how much the bread is worth?
No.
I don't even want to talk about it. But
it's about. I understand from certain perspectives, because if you're asking for help to keep your employees and all that kind of stuff and all them people still moving within the business, like, then I get that. That makes sense. If you're just asking for help because people are giving out help, then you're a mother.
Nah, he was asking for help to help out with paying his employees.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that to me that's different. To me, that's I can understand that because with
Obviously,
the amount
yeah,
of companies he's got, the overheads are going to be stupid. You know, I wouldn't even expect him to have enough money to run those. That's not how them businesses run.
yeah. And
You know?
obviously, they news sensationalized it, so it was just like Richard Branson seeks government help, and it's obviously you. When you think of Richard Branson, you think this brother is balling. Why does he need government help, sort of thing?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I can't knock that. I can't knock that fun. That's
nah,
not.
it's true.
That's
I know.
not.
I read into that as well, and I was just like, obviously, if he's the owner of multiple businesses, he's not going to have liquid cash just flowing around, does it? It's not. No one at that level does have liquid cash just flowing around.
It's not.
So,
That's not how it works. That's not how business works. You have
I would.
forecasting. You plan what you're going to be earning for certain periods, etc., etc. And this is unprecedented. What people ain't clocking like this has come out of nowhere. Nobody knew. Nobody had a plan for this.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, have you been paying attention to the Versus series?
I watched a bit of the.
Say that again, Max?
I said I haven't, but I'm looking forward to the one that's coming up with Erica and
yes,
Jill,
Erica and Jill.
yeah.
I know we don't usually talk music, but yeah, that one right there.
I want to see what she does with the mic still. You know, Jill's got them techers, fam.
make a man's toe curl, bro.
You know what I mean, bro? I might have to talk something about myself. Like, I'm in the office for a little while still. Like, just leave it to it.
Nah, both of them probably have the sunken place, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, bro. No, 100%. I watched the Teddy Riley.
I weren't watching that at 2 a.m. Nah, I'm not even a slow jam man like that either. No chance. No chance.
Babyface mocked it. Babyface mocked it, fam.
For real.
Yeah, bro. Like he was doing like the whole name dropping, like before each track. I'm like, yeah, you know, so like I was in the car with MJ and Madonna was there and Obama was in the back and was chatting and they were like, oh, I love when you play this song and this is the song that they said that they like. I just them man playing true. How do you clash to that? How do you like? You can't.
I don't know, man. I don't know how you can. Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea though. It's a way, and obviously, gotta shout out Swarms, man, because obviously I know he got the idea from Tory Lane, but the whole idea of having the quarantine radio or whatever he calls his and amassing bare followers, like you have to shout out brothers for that because that is being innovative in this time. I heard yeah, you have to. People, I know people saying, it swarms, whatnot. Bruv, at the end of the day, he's made the best out of this situation. So I don't want to hear people talking noise.
That's
like,
it, fam. I think
he might not be the greatest rapper to some people. Like I personally, I know him for the one tune that he did. I can't even remember the name of it, which is bad. But this is the 9 side, isn't it? This is the 9 side, yeah. I know him from that tune, and I got to shout him out for that. But the brothers in this time where other people are struggling or trying to break curfew to shoot videos, the brothers making it work. So shout out him, man. And you see, Tory Lanez actually,
MTV.
He not even that. He did the first quarantine concert and got paid for it.
Oh,
like
wow.
Yeah, so he was saying something like request for songs or something, and then people had to pay to have their song played. He was doing some mad system. I need to read up on it, but yeah, he's the first artist to get paid for a quarantine concert, which is hard.
If you're watching this podcast, the Cash App is gonna pop in the screen below. If you want more podcasts, pay us. I'm playing.
Yeah, Jay's gonna do an OnlyFans just for you. What, Max? You're doing an OnlyFans? What?
What's the universe down there, bro? What?
My connection's breaking.
The thing ain't working, is it? The universe is down there. You get me?
Nah, if any of you brothers ever think to doing an OnlyFans, lose my number, man. I want to see that stuff, man.
Who sent man the link? Nah. Cool.
The thing is, I don't get OnlyFans. Do you lot will have to explain this to me? I don't get it. Like,
what do you mean you don't get it?
Fam, like, it's the same thing with Kim Kardashian with me. Once you see someone naked, how much more can you see them naked? Like, I don't get it. You're performing the same show to people who have seen the show already. It's like a magician. You're showing me the magic trick. I know where the bunny is. The rabbit's hiding already. I know where the rabbit is. Like, like, why am I paying money to know where the rabbit is?
Wait, I don't know, fam. Like,
well, you've got an account. You tell us. Why have you got one?
You're an idiot. You're actually an idiot. You're actually an idiot. I do not have an OnlyFans account or a membership or script. Bro, you're Magic Mike out here, bro. Don't try to tell me about nothing. Magic Mike in the building.
Oh, what I do in my spare time, yeah.
Man's probably got the laptop in there with him now on the other side, like doing the little thing, like, oh yeah, soon come, guys, soon come.
That's mad.
Bro. It's mad.
People, you know, you have to shout out people being innovative. OnlyFans for me is something that I look at and I just think, I don't know, you're making money, but again, you know, you have to weigh up making money with like what's the name? The blowjob queen. What was her name?
Oh, the Uck thing.
Yeah. You have to weigh it up. Like, where do your morals sit?
But the problem is you've got people. I'm not gonna say it that way. Actually. There's been things that have been misinterpreted by fools. So you've got people out there like Amber Rose who started this whole slut walk thing, and then it's been misinterpreted by people now just saying, oh, it's okay to be a hoe, and then it turns into this whole lifestyle. And with the OnlyFans thing as well, just a little segue, like.
I thought you were telling people to put their comments in the box to find you or something.
No, not even that. At the end of the day, fam, right now in this current period, however you can feed your family, innit? Like, whatever you need to do that. Like, yeah, there's people out there that's much more fortunate than others to still be working or to have been able to put away a little something so that they're not stressed right now or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, 100%. But similarly, like, I'm talking to people and their government aid that they're getting don't even cover a quarter of their rent. Like, so what the government has come out and said, yeah, here, have this and we'll look after you, doesn't cover a quarter of their rent. They've lost their job. Like, unless they go out there and start robbing people, like, they need to figure out a way to earn. So if OnlyFans is the way that you can do that and you've got some titties and bottom that people are going to pay you to look at, then go on, darling, take that. Do you know what I mean? No, honestly, I can't knock it. I honestly can't knock it, especially in this environment. Like, whatever you need to do to get your money up right now, do it and get your money up.
So what outfit are you putting on tonight? I think people are asking.
Like I said, there's people that are fortunate enough to have amazing accountants. I'm one of them. I have a brilliant accountant who, they must have saw this coming because I'm okay. You know what I mean? Especially considering I know there's people around me that are still working. Like, my industry stopped. Like, I'm a sound engineer, I'm a DJ, and I run a PA company. All of that stopped, like, immediately. So there's been zero. You understand? So I understand that fear of, like, raw, okay, I don't know how long this is gonna go on for, and I've got no income. And again, I'm fortunate enough that my situation isn't as dire as some of these people. Because if there was nothing in the bank, if there was nothing screwed away or whatever, like, you have to be sitting there thinking, what am I going to eat? How
would you ever be a male escort?
Would I ever be a male escort?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, simple.
No.
Say that again?
I couldn't still. I'm not that sociable, fam.
I wouldn't talk. I said, if I was single, I would. I don't need to talk, man. What are you talking about?
No, you're funny. No, I'm good. I'm too fussy.
So say for instance, like an old lady, you got your pensioners who would pay you to be seen around the town with you. Like, I'm talking 70 plus, to be seen around the town with like a young, handsome, strapping brother.
Would it be out there with Magic Mike? Jeez.
What is it? What, she's 70, but she looks 45 though.
But you can't choose it. Whoever's paying is paying, fam. You talking about? It could be Susan Boyle out there, bro. Susan Boyle's coming in.
Listen, if she just wants a young lad on her arm, that's calm.
Fam.
No, I'm laughing at the fact you said 25 years off of her, you know, 45, 70 looking 45.
Just take away that quarter century.
That is mad. But yeah, no.
Down the road. Come on, guys, man.
Yeah, if she was like, take me out to this restaurant, I just need to be seen in certain places with a young strapping lad, would you do it?
Would I?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
The thing is, I wouldn't class that as selling myself, so I would happily do that.
And if one time, like before she kicked the bucket, she was like, yo, I want to feel a young man's...
So, hold on, wait. Is this a Karen or is this a Janet?
Hey, we've been OTF, man. I'm out.
I'm just asking.
Max, I need more description of that. Can you describe Karen to me?
What if it's a Jasmine?
Or if it's a Jasmine?
Yeah.
Or like the Aladdin, yeah?
Yeah.
Arabian Night.
So yes, could you clarify what a Karen is? I'm not quite sure our listeners know, so I think they need a detailed description. Mr. Politically Correct, of course.
Karen, what does Karen look like? I don't know. You know the supervisor at Sainsbury's.
I don't know.
I don't go outside. It's quarantine, isn't it? Yeah, it's quarantine. I don't go outside. I'm an introvert. Sorry.
Now you don't have nothing to say, though. Okay.
So yeah. If it was a Janet, are you doing that?
Yeah, of course.
I did.
I might charge Karen a bit extra, but you know.
To kick the bucket, you know, before she kicked the bucket, she was like, yo, I just need to feel a young man's love and passion.
Can't afford me. Not on it.
Like, you have to consider that those wrinkles are like sand dunes in a desert, bro.
Bro, you said she wants to feel it. I'll just put her hands on it. That's okay.
No, if she's like, she wants the full act. With the encore.
I better get into my Denzel Washington bag, mate.
Oh my Lord.
There's no thing to my game, mate.
Max, you may as well do an OnlyFans. I'm not even mad.
Nah, you're
bro,
Jordan,
I don't have the body. I don't have the body for that.
I'm calling you Jordan. Your new name's Jordan, bro. On the MVP.
You are the only one.
I've got to get into my Denzel bag. No, you're...
Nah, you're mad. You're actually mad.
Nah, I'm waving a white flag. You're the winner, bro. You're actually the winner.
You can't say that.
I don't know how people do it though, on a real, because I was having this discussion with somebody not too long ago. Like, if somebody that you're clearly like you're not attracted to wants that from you, how do you gear yourself up for that, man?
Money.
It's like I don't know if you heard of that story. I don't know if you heard of that popular. I think it was a popular Tinder story where this man, he'd gone on a date with a girl. He'd organized a date with a woman in it, and after a while they'd been talking. So they end up sleeping together, and he says to her, "Oh, can I ejaculate on you during sex?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's cool." So he does that. So about a couple of days later, she noticed that she starts itching. So she goes to the doctor.
I saw that.
She goes to the doctor, the dermatologist, and the dermatologist said, "You've got like a weird strain of virus or weird strain of disease." And he said to her, "Sorry, you can only get this one of two ways. It's either that he's having sex with animals or he's having sex with dead people." And he works in a morgue.
Mate, did you really have to throw that story on the podcast?
I had to. Look, Jay, I want to hear your views. Talk to me. What's going on?
Jay, what was his name?
Huh?
What would his name be?
I don't know, but all I'm saying is don't know who for frightened. That's all I'm saying.
No, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, how, you know, if that is true, how do you even mentally get yourself there, because that is, at that point, I've just got to literally write you off as a human. Like, you literally just need to be cast away, and you need to have an own ball called Wilson on an island no one can find you on, for real. Because that.
But then that goes back to was it Dread that brought that up about the whole thing? If you was having sex with your partner, if she died, would you give her one last pump before you get out? It's the same. To me, it's the same thing, bro. If you're one more pumper, you're that guy. Like,
Nah, I know some of you guys would be Joe Budden, bro. No, you lot are Joe Buddens. Pump.
Are you gonna pull it out? Yes or no?
Yes, 100%. Are you crazy?
Nah, not
Fam. Wait, are you staying, Max? Max, are you Joe Budden, Max?
No, I'm pulling out, man. Come on.
Oh, okay. I'm pulling out like a cowboy in the Wild West.
One stroke. Maybe one stroke.
No.
That's one stroke. No.
It depends who it is.
What? How?
It depends who it is, and it depends how quick they passed away into the
We've been cancelled. We've been cancelled.
That's who it is.
We've been cancelled.
But do I know she's dead?
Oh my God.
Oh.
Bro, is this where your life is, bro?
Bro, quarantine changed me.
I'm actually crying. You lot are dumb.
Right. But I'm just saying though, it might have been.
Oh gosh.
It might have been like this one woman that you chasing for so long, and then you finally get her, and like a minute into it, there's a casualty. You're not gonna just take.
Sorry.
No, bro. No.
Man said there's a casualty, you know.
That's it. Bro.
Can everyone stop getting shot?
No, can't happen.
No, bruv. If anyone that's giving more pumps, I'm calling you Joe Buddens from now on, bruv. Because that is I'd just go limp. Literally, as Jay said, you're having sex with a dead person, bro. Right.
No, but it's not just a dead person, though.
I thought you were about to say it depends on position. I was about to lock off.
Yeah, I want to see that as well. I was.
Done.
We've been OTF. Goodbye.
I'm Ray Charles. I'm done. A man said it depends on the position.
Max, you're good, bro. You're good.
Max, let me ask you a question. If they die and you're 5 strokes away from the nut, do you nut?
Oh, hold on.
I beg you don't answer. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
The thing is, you see me, yeah? I'm a realist, innit? So I have to deep it before I give you an answer. You understand?
Oh, I'm actually crying.
Strokes away. But look, it depends on the position. It depends on how she's passed away. Like, and have I noticed straight away? Like, have I clocked as soon as
you've got
passed
5
away?
strokes to go. You've got 5 strokes to go, and you are certain that this girl is dead.
I'm certain. Yeah.
You're certain.
But what if when they're like?
Max is doing it. You're good, bro. No. That's
Honestly, yeah. Honestly. If I'm 5 strokes away, yeah, and this is wifey as well, I gotta take the last 5 strokes. It's gonna be the last time it happens, isn't it?
I'm done.
Man said,
episode 1. That's episode 1. I'm done.
I am certain that wifey is dead, and your thought is, bro, she's dead. I may as well not. Nah, bro. Nah, you're grim. You're grim. You're grim. I love you, bro. Nah, you're grim.
Mike, one more
At the
question.
end of the day,
One more question. I need to know. Is there a certain amount of strokes that you won't go over? So we'd be like, nah, 6 is too much. 6 is too much. Is 5 the limit?
nah, I think
Because 30
there is.
seconds. If you say 30 seconds, I'm like, nah, bro, that's like steak. That's been
No,
cooked.
there's a
She's
limit.
dead,
No,
bro.
come on, bro. There's a limit. Because eventually, I'm gonna get to a point where it's like, oh, this is actually filth. That this person is actually, you know when you have,
Eventually.
hey, you know when you have that wank, yeah. You know when you have a wank and like straight after you bust in the wank, you just look at yourself like, what did I do? Oh,
I'm actually crying. I'm
listen,
actually
I'm just here
crying.
to provide the bants, man. I'm just here to provide.
The thing is, I wanted to ask as well, sometime when we have a female guest, I need to come back to that. We need to put a pin in that and come back to it at some point. But I want to know if women get that post wank shame, that post self wank shame.
I don't know, you know. We'd have to ask.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know, but no, I'm actually crying. I'm actually crying. You've written me off completely. I've got like a puddle of water underneath my eyebrow. This guy said 5 more, you know.
I just can't. I can't.
Bro, people are either gonna hate me after this episode or they're gonna like.
Bro, I'm changing your name to 5 Strokes Max, bro. It's done.
Don't do that because people might think that's all they're getting, bro.
Oh my god. I missed you guys, but
Bro, you will tarnish man's name with that.
oh gosh.
Let's cinco.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
it, bro. It's done.
5 strokes, bro. 5 strokes, nah, man.
5 Strokes Max. I'm on my phone now, changing your name. It's done.
Oh my gosh. Listen. You lot, I'm crying, man. You lot are dumb, you know. You lot are actually dumb.
Where's mine?
So hold on, wait. Cobbs.
I wanna ask people as well, actually. People who get to hear this, what's your limit of stroke amount? Are you like me in Jay's corner where you're pulling out straight away, or are you saying 10 strokes and then if they're dead, then
No one's going to be honest though.
they will be. They have to be. They have to be.
But look, like I said, it all depends. It all depends on things, man. Because like, let's say they're having like a cardiac arrest. You gotta stop straight away. You know what I'm saying?
So wait. Which situation do you not stop straight away? This is what I want to know. Please give me one.
Like, where?
You can't.
We'll come back to that. Hey, so what's next, man?
Man actually changed it to Mike 5 strokes, you know. Nah, this guy.
That's a blank out government still. But nah, bro.
But I do need to know if women get that post shame as well, or if it's just something.
I've spoken to a couple people about it. And they said like it was particular situations, isn't it? But yeah, man, they're human. They're only human.
But is it like shame? I don't think they'll feel shame about it.
No, but it depends. I think those feelings are quite individual. Like some people will, and again, it depends on the circumstance of when you're masturbating. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of things come into account. Why you may feel guilty, why you won't feel guilty, why you might feel liberated. Like, who knows? You know what I mean?
Just speaking about that, I don't know if you saw this. Crept put it up on his Insta a little while ago about work wives and work husbands. Did you see the?
What's that? What is that?
I'm gonna have to send it to you off here. But like people going in with their work wives and husbands. We're not talking about like it's not just that's my work wife, No. She's married he's married and they're having unsolicited sex in cupboards at work.
Yeah,
Like,
but this is what I'm saying. People just want to be hoes and have they need the excuse. And we've built a society where the excuses are allowed. No, you're just a dirty slut. You're a dirty skank and a cheating bastard. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, there's no work husband, work wife. Like, you're scumbags. It's simple, not complex. Scumbag. Put them in a scum in the bag. Scumbag.
hey, we're gonna do a petition to get Jay for mayor. We want Jay for mayor.
Fam, you don't want it. You don't want it. No. I would do it. I would happily do it. But I'd need the women's security, bro. Because they get me. They get me.
What would you change for mayor? What would you change?
Bare stuff, bro. Bare stuff.
Mike's as mayor would be legendary. Mike's as
Huh?
mayor would be legendary.
I'm waiting for you lot to say something. I know something's coming.
No,
5 strokes max. 5 strokes max for me. Could do that.
Man.
nah, man, you don't want to be killing this game like that, man. People think that it's
You
only
get,
5 strokes.
you get 5 extra votes after the election. Come on.
Hey,
Hey,
nah.
I've got a lot of dirt on you. I'm gonna save it for like the 3rd episode. Don't worry.
Jeez.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
But yeah, no, I think you're right. A lot of stuff needs changing.
Yeah, bro.
It's just,
I think
yeah.
the problem is, as soon as the problem with the politicians that are out there, and it's universal. Like, everybody's gonna say it. It's just the focus isn't on fixing the problem. Nobody wants to fix a problem. It's about making people like you and appearing like you fit while you appear to fix the problem. It's not about just fixing it. Like an example, and this example is not self-serving because this would have impacted me heavily. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the speed cameras. People have put up.
Yeah.
They put up speed cameras everywhere, and
Yeah.
they say that the reason that they put up speed cameras is to slow people down.
Yeah.
Every car manufactured now, and probably since about 2013, 2014, has cruise control. Cruise control is a form of limiter. They also have satellite navigation, most of them. So there's no reason why you couldn't link that cruise control or that speed limiter to your satellite navigation so it knows where you are and knows the speed limit of the road that you're on and just limits the car. And then that would fix the problem. So that wouldn't be putting up cameras to stop people doing it. It would literally fix the problem.
But it has no monetary value, does it?
You understand? They don't get the money from the tickets.
Mm.
They don't get the money from the fines and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it would effectively impact them more financially if they actually fix the problem. It's like doctors. They give you stuff to live with your symptoms rather than actually cure your symptoms. Their focus isn't to cure what's wrong with you. They say, oh, okay, I've got this symptom and that symptom. Okay, we can take this for this and that for that. And then
what do you think? Just speaking about situation. That,
huh?
yeah, that's a nice segue actually. I don't know if any of you seen that Dr. Sebi or the trailer for it.
I can't wait. Can't wait for that.
Mike, I know you like Dr. Sebi. You watched it.
I've seen the trailer. They actually sent it to me. Yeah.
What do you think?
It'll be interesting.
Are you of the position where he was definitely taken out, or
well,
you know?
I don't feel like I know enough to answer that. But it's easy for us to say that they took him out. Do you know what I mean? That's what we say whenever it's a person of color that gets into a position and they start going against the masses. That's the first thing we say. Oh, if they died, oh yeah, they did it. So it's hard to tell, man.
Yeah, I mean, one of the healthiest men in the world caught pneumonia in police custody. But yeah, no, it could be anything.
I'm not going to say anything because I know where you're going with that, Jay. Try leave. No, you were leaving breadcrumbs and you want me to follow the trail. I'm not following the trail. I've eaten already. I'm all right.
I didn't leave nothing. I took my 5 strokes and left. I did not leave anything.
listen, people in the comment box or below or wherever Jay is pointed to, you have to get back to us, man. Like, I want to know about the women and the self-shame if they experience it, and some other things that we've discussed, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, you lot have killed me first episode back. I feel like we're gonna be cancelled by a group of Karens and half alive people.
Shout out Karen, man. We love you. We love Karen.
Oh man, nah, man. In all honesty, I wouldn't, man.
No, don't try and change it now, bro. It's too late. It's too late.
You got the monitor. It's done. It's done. It's done.
I just wanted to create some banks. That's all, man.
Do you think you know somebody who would do the 5 pumps?
Absolutely.
Of course, we all do. We all do.
It's the same person. Like, we all know the same person, bro.
That came up with the whole thing. Come on.
Yeah, it's true.
It's their
It's true.
story. Like, it's their no.
Because do you know why? Do you know why I wouldn't be able to take the extra strokes?
Why?
It's because in my head I will still be thinking, you know what? I might be able to save this person.
Yeah.
Like I would have to pull out.
With the D.
You know, huh? What? What? What you saying?
Come said with the D. You're gonna say
No,
with
I'm
the
trying to be serious.
Okay,
But
go
no.
on.
Now I'm saying that, you know, the first thing I'll do would be to pull out and see if they're okay. If can I call ambulance, get someone to come out, make sure. And by the time I've done that, I'm soft as hell. I'm not going back in the tape. That's
Hey.
yeah.
So if she had like a epileptic attack and then after she said I'm fine, are you going back in or are you like nah, like you kind of ruined the mood?
Not at all.
You're gonna need to put on a slow jam or something. Carl.
Bro, them extra shakes might give her the jiggle, bro.
I'm done. I'm actually done. I'm done.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh.
Yes.
So
Well,
Mike, I'm just getting on record that you said that you would like Parkinson's pussy.
Yo.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't even hear it. My thing's muted.
So moving forward.
Hang on, look. I'm no longer here.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So yes, moving forward.
So yeah, I think that's as good a point, as good a spot as any to call it a day. It's been a wonderful comeback. First episode back in a while. We're gonna throw this one up. This one, if you're listening to this, it's gonna be up on YouTube. We're gonna be putting the subsequent episodes up there. On the chosen platform. Why is Telescope Teddy hiding?
I'm here, man. I'm just saying so people can see my name.
Right. Okay. This guy. Yes, but thank you for joining us. First episode back. We're getting back into our bags. Yeah, fam. It's while the quarantine is going on, and hopefully even beyond the quarantine, we're gonna try and, if you don't like this format, we'll keep this format going because we can more feasibly put more content out like this.
Yeah, definitely.
In the ways that we're looking to do. Yeah, just in
yeah, man. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been getting in touch about when we're coming back because you have been pestering us. I know it's been the Blame J podcast for a while because Jay's obviously been slacking, and I know I've been championing that. I know me and Mike have been championing that Blame J.
I don't put my name in it.
Fam, there's receipts.
Hey, Teddy's a bit dangerous, you know.
But yeah, you know what? No, but in all seriousness, we're back in it, and I'm happy to spread this content in it. Well, yeah. Obviously, there's going to be some debatable things that people have said in this episode, but I don't know. We'll see, innit? People will talk, innit?
It is what it is. As always, we're always here to listen to and subsequently ignore your feedback if you're complaining. Yeah, at any one of us on Insta In fact, oh, see what Mike did is the cleverest thing. Still, next week I'll put my thing as my name. My Insta as my
Just
name.
you know what? Just
Yeah.
off the fence is me. That's my name. Don't telescope telling me. Don't worry about me. Just off
Well,
the
it's
fence.
too late. Like, but yeah.
Listen,
But,
I'm not getting. I'm not getting back to you. If you message telescope Teddy, I'm not getting back to you.
so
That's what I'm
basically,
saying.
jump in his DMs. He wants you to go in his DMs and comment on all his pictures. Like that's what he really wants.
I was gonna say something there, but I think we're already on the verge of getting cancelled. So let's just not go on.
But yes, thank you for locking in. Thank you to your continued support. We love you lot. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
I just want to end it on. I just want to end it on. Did you know it was the anniversary of Maddie?
Yeah.
Sounded.
Peace. I'm out. Bang bang.